What is up, world? Welcome back, Charge the Game podcast. And man, it seems like the pressure is taking its toll on Bronny James. In any moment now, he can completely crack and or bust. Bronny James's mental health has been in question a lot lately. I made a video or two about that a few days ago about the pressure getting to Bronny James. And this is just season one. I don't know. Maybe he'll develop some type of callus or armor for it, and it won't no longer get to him. And we know that these reports have been leaking because of just his energy, his aura, some of the things that he said as of late in the media. We'll get to that, guys. But I said from afar, just the human aspect of things, like you're constantly getting tortured in the comment section. You're constantly the butt end of everybody's joke. And you were not properly vetted. I mean, I understand that you've seen your dad go through this, but there's a different feeling when it's you involved, when you're no longer a quote unquote regular kid. I mean, because you'll never be regular. I mean, your dad is LeBron James, but you had a very simplistic lifestyle, in my opinion. Play games, go to school, be a kid's kid. Me personally, I think Bryce James has more, like, you know, like more, I don't know, to him. Like, it seems like he has more like swag, more to his style, and he may be able to take a lot more of the scrutiny when he arrives versus Bronny James. Like I said, man, like no matter how talented you are or how much you try to act like you don't hear things, you hear everything. And nobody wants to wake up to, you know, stats being called out about how terrible you are, or you're only in the NBA because of your dad, because you know what's going to happen. It's going to take the innocence from Bronny James. It's going to turn him sour. The same thing happened to his dad, believe it or not. LeBron James used to be very likable. I used to be a LeBron James fan. I told y'all that I used to be a LeBron James fan. In fact, his jersey was the first basketball jersey I ever got, because I remember my uncle gave it to me on Christmas. I was in 6th grade. It was right when LeBron James got drafted, and it was the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was Reebok. You know, they need to bring back those Reebok jerseys. Honestly, I like those a little better. They felt more like silky feeling in a weird way. But guess what? I used to be a LeBron James fan until I got older and started to kind of watch certain things. I watched him change the whole time. The media changed him. Skip Bayless's, the Stephen A. Smith's. You're trying to just be a regular basketball player and enjoy the fruits of your labor, but when you're constantly pitted against Michael Jordan and you never just seems like you're good enough, people scrutinizing you, criticizing you, you're going to become more of a diva, a high-headed person, and you're going to wear your welcome out, unfortunately. And you guys see right here in the title, Bronny James is trying to keep his head in the game. Mind you guys, this is only year one on a 4-year guaranteed contract. And I've often made this question: do you guys believe that Bronny James is going to be able to sustain the rest of his contract? Do you guys see him being into it? Let me know in the comment section. Do you guys see him fulfilling his contractual obligations, you know, with all this stress and all this scrutiny? Because even if Bronny James shows growth, nobody, in my opinion, I feel like will ever respect him because of how his dad, you know, forced him into the league. But that's just my opinion. You know, like, you can grow, you can hit a game-winning buzzer beater, and there are people that he has a fan base. I mean, the guy sold 50 million jerseys already with his last name on it. So, I mean, he has to have some type of fan base, and we know that most of his fans support him because of who his dad is. What does that mean if you're not genuinely happy with where you are and who you are in the moment, you know? And that's what this game can do to you. It can rob you, right? So let's get into what Bronny James had to say here. My first thought about everything is I always try to just let it go through one ear and out the other. Put my head down and come to work and be positive every day. I see everything, but sometimes it fuels me a little bit. I see everything that people are saying, and people think I'm like a effing robot. Like, I don't have any feelings or emotions. Well, unfortunately, Bronny James, we just got to get brutally honest here. I think that Bronny James is an awesome, outstanding, pure kid. Because notice, we don't have a lot of pure kids like we used to have. And one thing that I will always credit Savannah James, LeBron, they've raised a fabulous family. This kid here seems like he's always happy, always full of life. That's why I'm actually on Stephen A. Smith's side, because he sees that. He saw that. He's seen that, right? He saw that. LeBron, why are you doing this? Then you got people like Draymond Green with his ashy ass knuckles and his lips, right? The guy never uses lotion. Comes out and attacks Stephen A. Smith and says, "You're trying to attack a black father." No. What Stephen A. Smith was trying to say was he didn't want Bronny James to go through this because he understood, like any parent, I'm a parent, right? I wouldn't want my daughter to ever feel this way on my behalf. Fuck no, I wouldn't. I genuinely wouldn't. I don't care if I was the best football, basketball, baseball, you name it in the world. If my child wanted to be a mechanic, guess what I'm going to do? Well, let's get you a shop. Let's make sure you are passionate about what you do. That's why Stephen A. Smith was nowhere near in the wrong for what he said to and about LeBron James doing this to his only son. Your father, Bronny James, unfortunately, is obsessed with topping Michael Jordan, which would never happen, by the way, right? He's so obsessed that he wanted you to come into the NBA, force you into the Lakers organization, tell another team not to draft you or you're going overseas, tell Clutch Sports, Rich Paul to block everyone and everything if you couldn't come to the Lakers, right? Which is obviously a Rambus fan base at times. They seem more happy now that Luka Doncic got there, which relieves pressure from you, Bronny James, but it doesn't take all the pressure from you, right? Because of your dad. Unfortunately, it's because of your dad, man. And your dad did this to you. And you'll never be able to shake this off. I mean, at least not this season. You'll never be able to shake this off. The moment the Lakers don't get a championship or go far in the playoffs, it's going to always trickle down to you and your father. It is what it is. And I'm not a Laker fan. I'm not a nothing, right? But I'm just telling you how it's going to go. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. And I am a little bit worried about this kid because I can tell from afar that this is a good kid, man. Like, a good kid, but people have to do their job. People have to tell it like it is. And because of your dad's selfishness, you are the one suffering, honestly. Because you're not seeing this from Gilbert Arenas' kid. You're not seeing this from Carmelo Anthony's kid, D-Wade kids. I mean, Tracy McGrady, like so many people with kids who are former great Hall of Famers or NBA players, they wouldn't dare do what LeBron James did because it'll never be respected. Just like Shaq's kid, Sharif O'Neal, you got, who was the guy? You got Scottie Pippen, like his son. Notice nobody is criticizing any of their sons. You rarely hear anything. But the reason why is because they didn't go about it the way that your father LeBron James did, and that itself is legit the difference. It really is, man. Bronny then goes on to say, "I just take it and use it as fuel for me to go out, wake up every day and get to the gym early, get my work in, watch my extra film every day, get better every day." That's what Rob wants me to do as a young guy, coming in, playing in the G League and learning from afar on the bench watching the Lakers play. I started to see that, and it kind of drove you to consider that, well, maybe these people don't think that I could be a consistent as a player. Be a good player, produce as a player. Seeing those numbers and seeing myself on film, I believed in myself more, and that boosted my confidence. I definitely think I've improved not only as a player, but just having a different mindset as a player to go out and play my game and play the game that I know how to play, he said. I feel really good about it. I see the progress. That's genuinely what you want to see in anyone. You know, you want to see progress. You want to see people make strides. And I do believe that Bronny James is having a hard time making himself commit and really believe in himself in a way, not like that he doesn't believe in himself, that he can't play basketball, but stay committed and keep that energy even when you're hearing the criticism. Like, you got to fight that, man. I mean, even as a content creator, man, like, people say some crazy things, man. I don't give a shit, though. Like, you just keep going. And I can't fault a guy that's going to keep going, man. But at the end of the day, Bronny James, he's going to have thoughts, man. He's going to have battles with the voices in the back of his head that may make him feel like he's not enough. It doesn't help that he's getting heckled by fans. It's not a good feeling to think that, you know, you're royalty and that you are above all and you have to play in the G League. I mean, that's kind of like a blow, you know, like you went straight from All-American, straight to USC, straight to the Lakers. I mean, the path was paved so well for Bronny James, but everything runs its course. Anyway, guys, let me know what y'all think about Bronny James in his comments. Do you feel like the weight of the world and the pressure is getting to him? If you guys are new to the channel or watching this video and have not subscribed yet and have found any value, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys. See you in the next one. Peace.